Hey everybody, I am back. When last I left off, I was encountering some blue screen issues on my computer, but it seems to have worked itself out for now. So, let's go ahead and continue on where I left off. Yes, awesome. Wanted to record some of this.
Titanium alloy supplemented by photonic resonance barrier. Probability of vision injuries 0%. Is the sovereign right of every American.
God, this is really chugging down the PS3. Tactical assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible. Communist detected on American soil. Lethal force engaged. Communism is a temporary setback. On the road to freedom. Communist detected on American soil. Lethal force engaged. Tactical assessment. Red Chinese victory. German China will fail. Possible China will fall.
Structure detected. Composition. Titanium alloy supplemented by photonic resonance barrier. Chinese blockade attempt. Out. Democracy is truth. Communism is death. Alaska's liberation is imminent. Alaska's liberation is imminent.
Those catchphrases.
Too fun! Easy!
You again. I can't say I'm surprised. You and your ilk seem hell-bent on destroying everything our government has worked to achieve. There's nothing to stop me from killing you this time. Let's end this. You're in over your head, I'm afraid. But this is the path you choose for yourself. Tell your father I said hello.
Well, that takes care of that. By now, the Pride should be mopping up whatever opposition is left outside. Let's get this room secured. Hello?
Hello, is anyone there? It's Dr. Lee.
Dr.
Something's
Lee,
wrong with the
it's
purifier.
Sarah Lyons. I'm in the control
Please,
room.
someone answer.
We're both here. What's going on?
I've been monitoring the equipment remotely, and we have a serious problem. The facility has been damaged during the fighting. Some of it looks accidental, some of it may have been sabotage. There's pressure building up in the holding tanks. It needs to be released now, or else the whole facility could explode. To release the pressure, you're going to have to turn the purifier on. Do you understand me? It has to be turned off. If I'm reading this right, I'm afraid there are lethal levels of radiation inside the chamber. I'm sorry. I wish there was some other way, but there's just no time. It has to be done now, or the damage will be catastrophic.
Well, so much for celebrating. One of us is going to have to go in there and turn the damn thing on. And whoever does it isn't coming back out. Not exactly how I imagined going out, you know? So, what should we do? Draw straws? If that's how you want to do this, fine. But be quick about it.
This is a dire predicament. What shall we do? Of course. My immunity to radiation makes me a far better candidate for surviving in there. I would say that your destiny lies within that chamber, but you have already altered mine. The least I can do is return the favor, cycle the airlock, and we'll put an end to this.
If you're still there, the purifier needs to be activated now. You don't have much time left.
And so it was that the lone wanderer ventured forth from Vault 101, intent on discovering the fate of a father who had once sacrificed the future of humanity for that of his only child. The Capital Wasteland proved a cruel, inhospitable place, but the lone wanderer refused to surrender to the vices that had claimed so many others. The values passed on from father to child, selflessness, compassion, honor, guided this noble soul through countless trials and triumphs. It was not until the end of this long road that the lone wanderer was faced with that greatest of virtues, sacrifice. But the child refused to follow the father's selfless example, instead allowing a true hero to venture into the irradiated control chamber of Project Purity.
Oh, fine.
Thankfully, when selected by the sinister president to be his instrument of annihilation, the Wanderer refused. Humanity, with all its flaws, was deemed worthy of preservation. The waters of life flowed at last, free and pure for any and all. The Capital Wasteland, at long last, was saved. So ends the story of the lone wanderer, who stepped through the great door of Vault 101 and into the annals of legend. But the tale of humanity will never come to a close, for the struggle of survival is a war without end. And war never changes.
The Enclave is retreating. We have a location that isn't going to help at all. We have enough.
You mean comatose? After all this, to be left in a state like that?
Hell.
Game made me feel bad for not sacrificing myself, so I'll just go back and do it again. Apparently using your brains isn't a virtue in this game.
If I'm reading this right, I'm afraid there are lethal levels of radiation inside the chamber. I'm sorry. I wish there was some other way, but there's just no time. It has to be done now, or the damage will be catastrophic.
Well, so much for celebrating. You're going to have to be quick about it. If the radiation is bad enough, you won't have much time. I won't forget what you've done here. No one will. Thank you.
If you're still there, the purifier needs to be activated now. You don't have much time left.
I'm gonna go work out.
Alright, we'll see you in a little bit.
See ya. I like you.
And so it was that the lone wanderer ventured forth from Vault 101, intent on discovering the fate of a father who had once sacrificed the future of humanity
Yeah,
for that of his only child.
the frames per second unfortunately start to chug whenever I try to record footage.
Capital Wasteland proved a cruel, inhospitable place. But the lone wanderer refused to surrender to the vices that had claimed so many others. The values passed on from father to child, selflessness, compassion, honor, guided this noble soul through countless trials and triumphs. But it was not until the end of this long road that the lone wanderer learned the true meaning of that greatest of virtues, sacrifice. Stepping into the irradiated control chamber of Project Purity, the child followed the example of the father, sacrificing life itself for the greater good of mankind. Thankfully, when selected by the sinister president to be his instrument of annihilation, the Wanderer refused. Humanity, with all its flaws, was deemed worthy of preservation. The waters of life flowed at last, free and pure for any and all. The capital wasteland, at long last, was saved. So ends the story of the lone wanderer, who stepped through the great door of Vault 101 and into the annals of legend. But the tale of humanity will never come to a close, for the struggle of survival is a war without end. And war never changes.
The Enclave is retreating. We have a location that isn't going to help at all. We have
You
enough.
mean comatose? After all this, to be left in a state like that? Careful now, careful. Don't move too quickly.
Everything's fine. You're safe. You're in the Citadel. I was starting to think you might never wake up, despite assurances to the contrary. I've been coming down here every day to see both you and my daughter. It's good that at least one of you has recovered. Yes, she's fine. Oh, she will be. I appreciate your concern for her, but really don't worry. You've been through enough. It's all right, you're safe now. You're in the Citadel. There was some sort of energy spike as the purifier started. You and Sarah were knocked unconscious and brought here to the infirmary. We've been watching over the two of you for days. I'm glad to see it's paid off. Indeed, it did. The tidal basin is full of fresh, clean water now. We've been working to see that it's distributed to as many people as possible across the wasteland. In fact, I'm hopeful that soon we won't be referring to the wasteland any longer. None of this would have been possible without the efforts of both you and your father. I doubt we shall ever be able to truly repay you.
Yeah, that happens, Lucas. Some people don't understand that that's actually, like, really detrimental to channel growth.
Just about 2 weeks. Don't worry, we've been taking good care of you. Yes, we most certainly did. Between your help in destroying their headquarters and their subsequent defeat at the Purifier, the Enclave was thrown into disarray. Liberty Prime has been assisting our forces in removing any remaining Enclave forces. Well, that's really up to you, isn't it? The Brotherhood has a clear plan of action. The remnants of the Enclave must be swept away. The Pride has been working to this end ever since we took the Purifier back. The only remaining question is whether we can count on you to help us. Indeed. We can use every able body available to us. To that end, I'm going to circumvent our standard recruitment procedures and declare you a Knight of the Brotherhood of Steel. Before you do anything else, please speak with Scribe Rothschild. I'm sure he'll be pleased to see you again. He can brief you on the details of the last few weeks, as well as where our efforts are focused now. I understand that you've been through quite an ordeal. But the sooner you can talk to him, the sooner we can put an end to all this. She's right here. Unresponsive, but stable. To see that you've recovered gives me hope. Oh? Have you learned something? Vault 87, where you found the Gek? We've never been able to penetrate the radiation surrounding that area. This information is invaluable. Well done. As you know, I had my reservations about engaging the Enclave. They did not directly attack us, but I believe we had time. Time to be cautious. Their assault on the Purifier forced our hand. We had no choice but to engage them directly. And once that engagement was begun, we could do nothing but see it through to the end. If they had not considered us a threat before, they do now. So we have spent the time since you and I last spoke systematically locating and destroying every bastion of Enclave force we can. Liberty Prime has proven far more successful than any of us could have hoped for. The Brotherhood has taken over control of the Purifier and is managing distribution of the water to the people of the Wasteland. If you travel there, speak with Scribe Bigsley. He's heading up the on-site operation. Please be careful.
patiently await your word.
Another glorious day in this man's army.
Listen, I've got a question. Yes? I can't help
The Brotherhood is at your service.
We're pushing the Enclave back, but how far is this going to go? I think we're going to come out on top. Their headquarters were destroyed. What's now the situation on the run? Don't worry about activity in DC is we've made it this far, nothing out of the ordinary. Get through the area around Galaxy and you worry, talk to the scribe. Fairly secure. See what kind of progress they've made on that Enclave tag. All right, maybe they can thanks for the information. Roger that.
Hail. Need something, friend? Hail.
Hail. Hail. The Brotherhood is at your service. Hail.
Here's the latest news. Unemployment is down, stocks are up, and the UN has just declared global peace forever. Now the real news. According to reports from the ever-so-hoity-toity Tenpenny Tower, a group of displaced ghouls have been trying to gain entrance.
Hail.
Need something, friend?
Well, it's good to see that you're on your feet again. I assume Lyons is immediately throwing you to the wolves? Has he told you what's been going on while you've been resting? Yes, I believe I can. Step over here for a moment, will you? I'll give you a brief history of what's happened over the last few weeks and what's going on now. As you well know, this all began with the Enclave's occupation of Project Purity here. Thanks to you, their main headquarters here was utterly destroyed. They then suffered a second defeat at the Purifier. Based on a combination of intelligence and field reports, other Enclave locations throughout the wasteland were found. Cut off from their leadership, it was expected that their forces would be in complete disarray. This has not been the case. Based on data and tech gathered from these locations, we've determined that the Enclave forces are still maintaining remote communications. We isolated the transmissions and found their origin point, an old military installation in Rockland, to the southwest. Our advanced scouts have checked over the area, but no easy access to the facility was found. So we're making our own access point. Paladin Tristan is leading the team setting up forward base in an old car tunnel near the site. Once he's settled, Liberty Prime will be deployed. Prime's directive is to neutralize their defenses and create an entry point for the team. The team will move in, eliminate any opposition inside, and cut off their transmitter. Any relevant data should be brought back here. Now, did you have any other questions? If there's anything else you'd like to know, I'll tell you what I can. I'll alert him that you're on your way. Performance is exceeding all our expectations. He's been especially effective against the Enclave's vertibirds, for which we previously had no counter. We're fine-tuning his programming as we go, but on the whole, I'm pleasantly surprised. It's as I always suspected. Prime's real issue was energy management. And when Dr. Lee helped us solve that problem, well, the rest was easy. It was determined that the Brotherhood should directly oversee the Purifier, so as to prevent any mishaps. Scribe Bigsley was placed in charge of the operation and is directly overseeing our efforts.
Could I?
Yes.
Will I? No. Go see Peabody or Bowditch.
Need something? If there's anything I can do to help. Ha! With my eyes closed. And I will too. But it will cost you, outsider.
I'm sorry, I'm very busy right now. Far too much to analyze. Perhaps one of the other scribes could help you.
Need something, friend?
Good to see you. I should let you know, I'm not going to use any of our equipment to provide parts for you. You'll have to pay for them. Sure, just be quick about it. The Brotherhood is at your service.
I was hoping they'd have another Gauss rifle. Don't look like it.
Oh, come on. Pay more attention to what you're doing.
Alright.
Did you need something? I did, and you as well. Long ago, I helped guard the water purifier against the super mutant horde. When your father left, I escorted the two of you to Megaton. He was a nobleman. I was saddened to hear of his passing. But from what I've heard, he died with honor. He died for you. I only pray that my own death has such meaning. And so our deeds are carried on through our sons and our daughters. Continue to remember him fondly. Continue to tell his story. And continue to do his work. Through you, he shall carry on. But now I must ask you a difficult question, if I have your leave to do so. I escorted your father across the wastes. It was the best I could contribute to his efforts to restore fresh water to the people. I would like to have the honor of escorting you in your journey to complete his work. But there is a problem. I cannot travel with you under the Brotherhood flag, given your current companionship. Perhaps return when you are alone, and I will tell you of your father. Stay strong, my friend.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
Welcome. You honor us with your presence here.
Got the space, it's a win-win, right? What do you say? Thanks for listening, children. This is Three Dog. next, we've got a public service announcement. Listen up, children. This stuff's important.
You honor us with
Listen, kiddos. Never forget the importance of periodic weapon maintenance. Rifle, pistol, police baton, I don't care which. If your weapon is falling apart, the only wasteland asshole it's gonna kill is you. So be smart. Salvage those parts and make repairs whenever you can. And now,
You honor us with your presence here.
Hail. You honor us with your presence here.
The roads are the dustiest, the winds are the gustiest, the gates are the rustiest, the pies are the crustiest, the songs the lustiest, the friends the trustiest.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
Hail. Whatever happens after that, we'll deal with it. Got it, thanks.
Hey, Brandon.
You honor us with your presence here.
Need something, friend?
Hail. Welcome. Hey, have you got a second? I'm listening. What do you think our chances of success are against the Enclave? We've surprised them so
Here's
far,
Bob
but
Crosby,
do you think we could
singing
really
to
beat
us
them?
all about happy times.
Hail.
What is our best weapon? If we could keep it running.
Hail to you, stranger. I am Squire Maxon, loyal servant of steel. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Well, yes, sir. If I may speak my will, you do, sort of. We do not have many guests in the Citadel. And when we do, they're usually visiting brothers. Outsiders are not to be trusted, so says the Codex. Shield yourself from those not bound to you by steel, for they are the blind. Aid them when you can, but lose not sight of yourself.
Going good.
It's not personal. Anybody who has not taken the oath of fraternity is suspicious to us. The Codex says, fear those who do not pledge to the... But it also tells us, give way your suspicions to the wisdom of thine elder. Where he shows trust, so shall you. Elder Lyons trust you, so you are free to stay here.
This is a bad situation.
I had hoped you'd return. What now? With all due haste.
Presence detected. This unit Did you need something? Medical procedures initiated. Administering Error. There has been an error in the medical subsystem. Please run a level 2 diagnostic. Command accepted. Beginning level 2 systems diagnostic. Please stand by. Diagnostic complete. Results indicate a level 7 degradation in neural pathway 0x63A82. No further information available. Neural pathway 0x63A82 governs the motor control interface, bridging the main medical software and the unit's manipulator arms. The current damage level would cause erratic behavior, potentially forcing the unit to behave outside of design parameters. Neural pathway 0x63A82 rerouted through neural pathway 0x374E82. Stand by. Full motor functions restored. Diagnostic reveals no critical failures. Asshole. Medical procedures initiated. Administering treatment. Please stand.
Let's do the Mothership Zeta. haven't done this one in a long while, but I recall that it's pretty fun. What drew me into RPGs and anime? Well, RPGs was probably like starting off with Link to the Past, Zelda, on SNES. Then when I went to find other games like that, I came across Earthbound, which, you know, after all that, I was hooked on RPGs. Anime, actually, I was hooked by Dragon Ball, honestly, or Dragon Ball Z. It was on Toonami at the time, and then that was like the gateway. You know, pretty much everything on Toonami I watched pretty religiously. You know, Ronin Warriors, Tenchi Muyo, even a little bit of Gundam, even though I'm not really into mechs. Wow, this loading screen's really taking its time. Huh. Let's try that again. But eventually there was a video rental shop in town that actually had a lot of anime rental available, which was pretty unique compared to other rental shops that I had been to, which introduced me to a lot of other anime as well. Plus, I also had some friends who were also into anime and manga at the time. They introduced me to Rurouni Kenshin well before it ever aired on Toonami. Trigun. You know, that kind of stuff. And it's just been something that I've been into ever since. And now I have Crunchyroll, which is pretty much all I need for now. Oh yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho was definitely one of my favorites back in the day. It still is, but I feel like the anime veered off in a weird direction in that last arc, where I think it just kind of got in this rut of being a tournament-based, thing. I always felt that where it was at its best were the adventure portions, like when they went into the Maze Castle. I mean, the Tagore Brothers arc was also great. Alright, we'll see if it'll actually load this time. But yeah, Togashi, he's a good writer. I'm really happy with the way that Hunter x Hunter turned out, and I hope that we get more of that soon. I know it won't be soon, but one can wish. Oh. Finally.
Everything's above board.
Good to see you.
We've got this area locked down.
Lots of stuff going down in post-apocalyptic these days. Here's some of the latest news.
Come on. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well,
Today's weather, excessively violent with a chance of dismemberment.
Great.
Tune in later for our 5-day forecast. Remember, children. Locking your doors, barricading the windows, and cowering under making your life fucking miserable. but for God's sake, don't go waving the white flag. They'll just strangle you. And now, some music.
I win again!
It's pretty swell having Fox around.
Next time, put up a fight!
The frame rate should be pretty fine right now. My preview window shows it just fine. If that's what you're referring to, Lucas. Get him, Fox.
Okay! Who's next? In all things, the calm heart must prevail.
What the hell? I just saw a scorpion
Now flying high!
and its parts get flung over here.
That was too easy!
What the hell killed that scorpion that sent it flying, I wonder? That was unexpected. It's a giant scorpion.
should be mindful. There you are!
Wow, look at that thing go.
The Street Dog, wow wow, and you're listening to GNR. That's Galaxy News Radio, in case you forgot. Everyone ready for the Capital Wasteland's latest news? Me neither, but it's that time again. All right, children. It's time for Three Dog. To be honest with you, here it is, plain as day. I used to think we were all well and truly fucked. The good old US of A? She's a mess. I'd pretty much written us all off. But that was before a certain kid from Vault 101. I've always given it to you straight, have I not? For good or ill, Galaxy News Radio has been the voice of truth on these airwaves. So believe me when I tell you that I was wrong. Dead wrong. That kid from Vault 101 is the last best hope of humanity. We'll get through this, children. You just gotta believe. For now, listen close as I share yet another of our friends' adventures. Know what I've decided, children? I'm gonna start a book club. Right now. Wanna join? Good, because you got no choice. Our first masterpiece is called The Wasteland Survival Guide, written by Megaton's own Moira Brown. Oh, and get this. Researched and co-authored by none other than, yep, you guessed it, that tenacious teenager from Vault 101. Now, let me tell you, this thing's got all sorts of useful tips. Where to find food, how to deal with radiation, tons of stuff. Survive, thrive, and revive. That's the name of the game. The book is The Wasteland Survival Guide. Pick up your copy today. Thanks for listening, children.
Well, well, look who's back amongst the living. Some of us were starting to wonder if you and Sarah were going to pull through.
Now, some music.
Is that so? Well, it'll be good to have another soldier we can count on. Basic rule of thumb on these operations. Keep your head down and let the robot do most of the heavy lifting. He can take it better than you can. Well, we've got a bit of time. What's on your mind? Not like they did at the Purifier, no. We got the sense that after you took care of their headquarters, they didn't have anyone to give orders. So they haven't been as coordinated. Some surrendered, some tried to hold out. It's all ended the same. But don't let that fool you. If we can keep the pressure on them, we win. If not, we give them a chance to reorganize. Well, we don't want that to happen, do we? Well, you saw most of the fighting outside. The robot paved the way for us. We just mopped up the opposition while you and Sarah headed inside. After that, hell if I know. Once we'd locked down the perimeter and gotten word that the Purifier was running, we headed in to look for you. Found you and Sarah both unconscious, and got you back to the Citadel as fast as we could. We'll strip the place for any usable tech, like always. Anything after that depends on what we find in there. If there's any information about other Enclave positions, we'll send that back to the Citadel and come up with a plan.
Yeah, Brendan,
But, like I said, we're pretty sure this is the last big
using an
holdout.
exploit on the site, so I had to lock it down for registered users only.
Okay, it's about time to move out.
And then I had to reset them back to 0, because there wasn't any way to recover.
It's been pretty standard for the last week or so. We get intel on positions, go in and burn them out.
So, basically just had to start the voting over again.
The tin can does most of the work, honestly. I can't complain, it keeps our casualties down.
Communist target. Democracy will never be defeated. Communism is a temporary setback on the road to freedom.
All clear. Stand down.
Communist threat assessment. Minimal. Scanning defenses. Structural weakness detected. Exploiting. Anchorage will be liberated. German Chang will fail. China will fall. Satellite upward. Detected. Analysis of communist transmission pending. Warning. Warning. Red Chinese orbital strike imminent. All personnel should reach minimum safe distance immediately. Initiating core shutdown as per emergency initiative 2682209. I die so that democracy may live.
We need to find out what the hell just happened. There's no time to talk. Get your ass inside that base and help the troops locate the source of their transmission. Now, soldier, now! Be careful in there. Who knows what else they're going to throw at us.
Because one dog ain't enough, and two is too low, it's me, the Re-Dog. How you kids handling post-apocalyptia today? Let me ask you something, children. You hungry for some 200-year-old Salisbury steak? Or you hungry for some news? I'm guessing news. Here you go. It's been some time since those plucky paladins in power armor first stormed the Jefferson Memorial and gave the Enclave their walking papers. But the fight, dear children, did not end there. The Brotherhood has been pursuing President Eaton's little minions throughout the wasteland. You know, some laser beams here, a few exploded corpses there. Let's just hope this mop-up operation ends ASAP. The Enclave's been responsible for enough death and destruction. We need to get back to normal. You know, like fighting raiders and super mutants. Thanks for listening, children. This is Three Dog, ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio. We're Radio Free Wasteland, and we're here for you. Now, some music.
Though we may seem safe for the moment.
Oh yeah, I've been watching those. The hype is real.
Give me some work.
All clear. Stand down.
Why don't you look where you're going? target! Opening fire on hostile target. Fantastic attack! Take him out. Have courage, my brother. I hope you know what you're doing. Enemy contact. Commence repair. Backup requested. Target. Concentrating fire.
No more games! Time to die!
Taking fire. Engaging. Target locked.
Targets acquired.
Brothers, stand as one.
Eyes on, people.
My head. I'm on your side.
Stand down.
Don't eat. Think about it.
Ladies, boys, and girls, prepare to be astounded, bedazzled, and otherwise stupefied. I'm Three Dog, your master of ceremonies. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for some news. Okay, it seems the settlement of Grey Ditch has gone quiet. The residents haven't come out to trade with the caravan gray ditch. You may want to pop in. Thanks for listening, children. This is you're listening to Galaxy News Radio. Free Eastland.
Back.
Here for you.
Target locked. Go, opening up.
Don't feed the Yaogwai.
Opening up. Targeting. This one. Positive ID on target. Detected. Commencing. Target may be in. Target acquired. Enemy located. Where? Have turret, my brother. Victory.
Don't even think about it.
Cancel alarm. Failed.
The space, it's a win-win, right? What do you say? Until next time, this is Three Dog, Ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio, bringing you the truth, no matter how bad it hurts. And now, a super important public service announcement. Listen, kiddos, never forget the importance of periodic weapon maintenance. Rifle, pistol, police baton, I don't care which. If your weapon... So be smart. Salvage those parts and make repairs whenever you can. And now, some music.
Exhausting my patience. We've got company. Where? Come on out and let's fight face to face. We've got company. Where?
In all things, a calm heart must prevail. air smells dangerous.
Alright, see you, Brandon.
I can't believe it. All those years of work, all of it. For what? One botched operation? I'm still waiting on the debriefing from Tristan, but I'm not sure it even matters. With Prime gone... Well, there's certainly nothing stopping them from doing that now, is there? And with our primary defense gone, I don't know what we can do to stop them. I need more to work with. Ah, yes. Well, I'll see if we can't figure out how to read it. Perhaps it can give us some insight as to just what happened out there. It would be good to salvage something from this mess. Thank you for bringing this to me. I believe Elder Lyons will want to speak with you as well. Perhaps you should find him. If you'll excuse me.
I trust you've spoken with Rothschild. I hope he can make some headway with the data you've recovered. With our primary weapon destroyed, we risk losing our momentum and jeopardizing the entire campaign. I must admit, I now wonder whether moving ahead with this operation was an error in judgment. And yet, here we are. Discounting the fact that our best field commander is in a coma, and my personal feelings for my daughter, things have not gone well. If we fail now, we could lose everything. I sincerely hope you are right. If we are to succeed now, it will once again be largely thanks to you. Paladin Tristan has requested you for a special assignment. Please report to him at once. We've little time to waste before the Enclave seizes this opportunity. Steel be with you. What was the result?